A lot of people have asked me to make a video on how to learn phrasal verbs. So that's what we are going to talk about today. First, what is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is when you have a verb and then usually a preposition. And when you have this verb and this preposition together, they have a different meaning than just the verb by itself. For example, catch, catch. But catch up is a phrasal verb, and catch up is not about doing this. Catch up means to talk to someone who you haven't talked to in a long time. So that's what a phrasal verb is. And I haven't made a video about this before because it's not really a special topic. Everybody acts like phrasal verbs are so difficult, they're so confusing. And I understand why. Like, they look like a different word that you know. But there's lots of things like that in English. It's not just phrasal verbs. But anyways, the way that you learn phrasal verbs is the same as the way that you learn everything else. And there's basically two things that you can do. One is you can find a book or use the internet and then locate a list of phrasal verbs. And then you practice memorizing them, writing sentences with them, trying to use them in real life. Or option two. And this is actually how I learn most of my new vocabulary when I'm learning a language, is you just wait until you hear it in real life. And if you don't know what it means, you ask a question. Or if you don't want to ask a question, you try to remember the thing that you heard, and then later you go check on the internet or you check in a dictionary. What does this word mean? And then, if you want to be able to remember it, you go home, you make a flashcard, and you review the flashcards every day. That's it. That's how you learn pretty much most of the vocabulary words that you would learn in a language, in my opinion, not just phrasal verbs. So there's nothing really special about learning phrasal verbs. However, one thing I will say is, I understand why people think that they are difficult. Because if you hear someone say catch up, how do you know that that's different from catch? Because when you heard it in the conversation, the word catch did not make sense. If you hear a verb that you know, and it has a preposition after it, in, at, on, out, under, and it doesn't make any sense to you, it's probably a phrasal verb, and you should ask the person what it means. Don't ask them, is that a phrasal verb? Because most English speakers, most native English speakers, do not know what a phrasal verb is. That is something that you learn if you are an English teacher or an English learner. But if you ask one of my friends, hey, is this a phrasal verb? They'll say, what's a phrasal verb? Because for us, it's just a normal part of the language. But yeah, if you hear something in a conversation and it doesn't make sense, it might be a phrasal verb. Ask someone to tell you what it means, then go home, make a flashcard, and study the flashcards that you have every day.